Line off the lane, line off the lane. Precept off the precept, precept off the precept.
Diligently, man. Get me Proverbs 22 and 6 and 22 and 15.
No, yeah, he can get it. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Skip the 15. Yeah, man. Train up a child in the way he should go. That's Joshua 1 and 8. We're supposed to teach them in the night. What one? Give me 2 seconds, King. Come on, 2 seconds, King, man. Yeah, 2 seconds.
Come on, all
That's
praises.
right, man. All praises to how about Shemel Shad.
All praises.
Listen, brother, what would they call you? Come on, what's your nationality? What would this world call you? Jamaican, exactly, yeah. That's what I thought I was at one point. But you know what Jamaica means? It means the land of wood and water. It means the land of wood and water. So before that, what was we? Because remember, we were taken there at one point, remember? Yeah, I'm saying, so where did we come from? Exactly, alright, so Africa now. Africa, it wasn't called Africa.
Sister.
Yeah, that was the land of Ham, really. You know what I mean? Because, do you believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you know about the story of Noah and his 3 sons? And how after the flood, they repopulated the earth. Everyone had their own landmass. You know, and Ham was the one that really had Africa. But we're not Hamites. Hamites are the Africans. So for example, you see like the Ghanaians and there's certain West Africans, they hold that same vibe that we have in it. But then you go to like a Ethiopian or Somalian, them man ain't like us. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not like us. Their hair don't grow like us. They don't have beards like us. Do you understand? But this is the reason why we don't know who we are. Get me Jeremiah 17 and 4, because we're saying to people that we're Jamaican, but really Jamaica. How about J? You see the letter J? It was only invented in the 1500s. So what was it before that? What was Jamaica before that? Do you see what I mean? That's why we need to go into the Bible.
This is in our Bible, right? This Bible is 1611. 1600s, right? That's Job.
Yeah, that's a J.
That's
it's supposed to be a J.
That's a Job. It's an iron.
You see what I mean? So even the Jamaica with a J is not that old.
Jeremiah. That's an I. There's no J. It's an I.
Do you know the first slave ships were in 1492? Around 1400. So that's way before J was even invented. But this is why. Go on. 17 and 4.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4.
Go on.
Even thou thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Shall what?
Shall discontinue from thy heritage.
We've been discontinued from our heritage. Our heritage is what is passed down from our forefathers. Do you know what I mean? Our heritage. Go on, read on.
Discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee,
Yeah.
and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not.
And we're in a land that we don't know now. You know, our lands that we came from were hot. Do you know what I mean? We didn't have this sort of winter and ice and that. You know, so we don't know this land. Go on.
Where ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
The reason why this was done to us is because we're not listening to the Most High. We're not keeping His laws, statutes and commandments, which is our heritage. You understand? We've been discontinued from it. That's why we don't know who we are. You know what I mean? But you go to like, I keep using them, but you go to an Ethiopian, he's going to tell you he's Ethiopian. He's not going to say he's African. We're the ones that claim the whole continent, but yet they know who they are. They know they come from Kush. Do you understand? Yeah, who do we come from? Ham, not Ham, Slacker. We come from Shem. Yeah, they're his 3 sons. We come from Shem, Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. And Jacob was the father of the 12 tribes. You know, so you've heard that before, innit? Israel. Yeah, Israelites. That's who we are. That's our nationality. Go on.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there shalt thou serve other gods which neither thy nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Yeah.
So like the Messiah.
Yeah, so yeah, we've been taken from one country to another that we don't know, and now we worship wood and stone. Yeah, that wood is the cross. It's like Christianity, and the stone is the Kaaba stone. You see, Islam. A lot of our people in Islam too. Do you know what I mean? They'll get the rose, the Christian beads when they go jail and that. That's not our Catholic beads. That's not our heritage. Yeah, that's not our heritage. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but like the brother said, who's that?
Oh, and who is that? That's not God, bro.
Oh, but again, even Jesus Christ, so-called Jesus. Yeah. So-called Jesus Christ. Yeah, he isn't God. He is the Son of the Most High. So you see, even the Christians, they will say, God, but he's not God. He's the Son of the Most High. You know, and I'm sure you've heard the Bible say what he looks like. Have you heard it? Yeah. So he's bronze, isn't he? He's brown. You know what I mean? No. See, Olives, come on, get it. Get the thing and you get Revelation, Bob, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. What colour olive?
Is he green?
Or is he black? Or is he like a dark reddish?
Burgundy.
Yeah, burgundy. You see?
The colour of olive.
So that's another lie. Do you know what I'm saying? Go on, read this. Go on.
Revelation.
Yeah, start at 1. Start 1.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1
Yeah.
and verse 1.
Go on.
The revelation of so-called Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Revelation means to reveal. This is the revealing of him. Go on.
Yeah, which God gave to him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Skip to 13.
Verse 13, Revelations 1 and 13.
Yeah.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So this is Christ now. He's got a long garment like this, down to his foot, and he's got a belt on as well, a girdle. Yeah, a golden belt. Yeah, go on.
His head and his hair were white like wool.
So his head and his hair were white like wool. Who has woolly hair? Who has woolly hair? You know what I mean? You get it? Not everyone has woolly hair, though. You know what I mean? Not everyone. Yeah.
No, but look, his hair and his head are as white as wool.
Yeah.
Who has white woolly hair? Like who has woolly hair? That's what I'm saying.
Your granddad. What does he look like? Has he got white hair?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, exactly. Is it like wool? Is it like wool?
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. Not everyone has that same hair. This is the revelation of so-called Jesus Christ.
Right,
Go on.
teach, huh?
Go on.
His head and his hair were white like wool,
Yeah.
as white as snow,
Yeah.
and his eyes were as a flame as fire.
Yeah, so he had red eyes. You know, this guy has blue eyes. You know, go on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So think about it. He had a long garment on, and you could still see his feet. So the top of his feet is the same color as your whole body, isn't it? Go on.
As if they were burnt in a furnace.
So he wasn't just brown, because we know brown copper is brass is brown, but he wasn't just brown. He was dark brown, as if he burnt in a furnace.
Wesley Snipes.
So that's what so-called Christ looked like. And his name's not Jesus, because I just showed you that the letter J was only invented in 1500, you know? So, yeah, our language was Hebrew, because it said he'd take us from a land and we'll be brought to a land that we know us not. Do you get me? Yeah.
how you say it.
Yeah, Yahweh,
Yahweh Shai. That's the Most High.
and that's his son. You know, so there's a difference there. He's not God. You know what I'm saying? He's the Son of God. Because remember, that's what the Bible teaches. You know, we're not Christians either. Yeah, because even Christian in the Bible means to be the first Christians were in
What country?
Antioch, which is I think yeah, this is way after Jesus. But it means to be a follower of Christ, to be Christian. But really, to be a follower of the law, statutes, and commandments, because yeah, you have to be an Israelite. So basically, this isn't for everybody.
The Bible's not for the whole world.
Yeah,
That's another thing.
this is not for everybody. This is only for the people that have gone through trials, tribulations, broken houses. Let's get some curses. Go on, get me Deuteronomy 28 and 45.
This is Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dwelt so with any nation. He have not dwelt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. Yahweh.
So he's only been with the Israelites. He's never been with these other nations like the so-called white man, the Chinese man. He ain't with them because he gave us the commandments. You see what I'm saying? Come. Yeah. Deuteronomy 28 and 45.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
So a curse is not a good thing, is it? So it said these curses will overcome us and overtake thee until we be destroyed. Remember, I just said, with thou even thyself has discontinued from our heritage. Yeah, because this is our heritage. We've discontinued from it because we haven't listened. So these curses have come on us. Go on.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
We didn't listen.
to keep his commandments,
To what?
to keep his commandments,
Yeah.
and his statutes,
Yeah.
which he commanded thee. And thou shalt be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So basically, if it's like a sign, look, there it says 7 sisters. That's a sign. We know that that's 7 sisters station, isn't it? It said these curses on these people will be a sign unto their seed as well. You know, so no matter what, how many generations, this is a sign to show who these people are. Yeah, now go on, carry on. So you read 45, yeah?
I read 45, please.
Yeah, go to 54. Go on, 54.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 54.
Yeah.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
So basically, back in the day, you know, like, I don't know if you've ever heard that saying about, you know, it takes a village to raise a child and stuff like that. Like, we come together and we raise the children. You know, we used to be loving towards each other back in the day. Nowadays, you see a man from another ends, another postcode, it's war, innit? You look at each other all funny, said his eye will be evil towards his brother. Yeah?
Johnsons and burgers.
So the Chinaman will walk around with a bandana and that, claiming red gang. Did the Chinaman do that? Exactly. It's our people that do that. Do you know what I mean? Even in wherever you go in America, over here, North. Do you know what I mean? Go on.
You can even hear it in our music. We're the only nation of people that talk about killing our own
Our
property.
own people. And
That's
calling
a
our women. I'm calling our women bad bees and that. Do you get what I'm saying? But go on, carry on.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and to the remnants of his children which he shall leave.
And that's what we have today as well. We have a lot of single parent households. Do you know what I mean? A lot of domestics in the household. Do you know what I mean? These are curses on us as a people. Do you know what I mean? Which will show. Go to 68 now. Let's bring it out. Go on.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Go on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So it's saying the Lord shall bring us into Egypt again with ships. Do you remember the story of Egypt? in the Bible. In the beginning, yeah, you know, Joseph, he was sold by his brothers and he went into Egypt, but he became mighty in Egypt. He was like the right-hand man of Pharaoh, you know, but eventually, yeah, to cut a long story short, they walked out of Egypt, him and all his brothers. But it said, with Moses, yeah, and it said that you go back into Egypt again. So it's showing you that Egypt is synonymous with bondage, because that's what the Israelites were doing in Egypt. They were under slaves. Yeah, so it says, I'll bring you into Egypt again with ships. Who went on slave ships? Did everyone go on slave ships? And these are curses. Remember, it's a sign. So these curses are signs of who the Israelites are. Now go on, read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. And thou shalt see it no more again. And ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
And you shall be sold unto what?
And ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So we were sold to the so-called white people. Yeah? So-called, because they're not white. Just like you're not black. You might say you're black, or you might say to your people that you're black. Yeah, go to 37. Yeah, but you're not black. Look, your trousers are black. You're not black. You're brown. You see what I'm saying? So these are words that are being put on us. And look, just the Most High said this.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Yeah, so we went into slavery and we haven't been redeemed today. Give me Luke 3 and 8. Go on.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So it's saying we'll be an astonishment, a proverb and a byword. You know, a byword would be black, nigger. You know what I mean? Jamaican. That's a byword. You know what I'm saying? A proverb would be like, what's the proverb? Like all black people like chicken. Or do you know what I mean? Or watermelon. Yeah, that's a proverb. You know what I mean? This is showing you that the Most High showed us these are the curses that will happen to us. So there's a way of breaking these curses. What do you think it is?
I don't think we'll be able to break the curse.
Why not?
Because we're not changing. No one's changing.
Get me 1 Corinthians 7 and 14. Yeah, because as much as this shows us why we're in this position, it also shows us how we can get out of it. You know, because everything was written. Get me that one. Second Timothy 3 and 16. I've got that one. Go on. Yeah. Second Chronicles. Sorry, my bad. Second Chronicles. Oh no, I think it's first. Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30. So I'm just saying, after we just read about all them curses that are going to come upon us, right? This is the couple chapters after, right? 28 we read, this is chapter 30. So Deuteronomy chapter 30. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thy God have driven thee. That's Baruch 2 and it shall return and shall return unto the Lord. So that's what we're going to do. And when we return, that's what we're doing now in these days. We're not trying to be gunmen, we're not trying to be bad bitches, we're trying to return unto the Lord, right? It says, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, Yahweh, and shall obey his voice, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God, Yahweh our power, will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord thy God have scattered thee.
So basically, if we turn back to him and his commandments, He's going to take us from this captivity, because we're still in captivity today. It might not be physical, but it's a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying?
Verse 7, and the Lord, Yahweh, thy power, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and upon them that hate thee, which persecute thee.
So all these curses that we've been on through, the other nations are going to have to go through it eventually, if we turn from our ways. Do you understand? So there is, you know, because did you know? Well, wait. Let's one thing at a time. Go on. Let's read this one quickly. Yes.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 14.
Go on.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways.
So if we humble ourselves and turn from our wicked ways, this is how we can get out of this situation. Right.
Then I will hear them from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. Now my eyes shall be open and my ears shall attend unto their prayer that they made in this place.
Yeah, so basically that's how we can turn from it, is by listening and going back to the commands. Let's get a couple commandments.
Just to get a couple commandments, I just wanted to say why we called you over, King, and no offense to you, sister, is that you have to save your family, your household. You understand? You have to get yourself in order. You understand? Likewise the sisters as well, but it's for you to save your woman. You understand? The same way Noah saved his wife. You understand? And his sons saved their wives. He says, as in the days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So the same vibes as that Noah was, and like Lot, he had to save his wife and his children. The men are responsible, man. The house is the Lord. You're the Lord of the house. The house is named after you. When you get married with the wife, she takes your name. So that's your possession to look after them. So that's why we're telling you, King, right, that you have to be correct and show your wife and your children to come the ways of the Lord. Because all of our ways is not the ways of this world. We have to go by the ways of the Lord. That is our life. The meaning of life is to keep the ways of the Lord, Yahweh.
That's right.
That's the precept to see what the brother's telling you, that we come from the book. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men. Is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God.
So yeah, it's the man. That's why we, like the brother said.
That's why she was pushing you, bro. That's why she was saying, yo, they want to.
Yeah. But the thing is, nowadays everything is backwards now. You get me? Get me Isaiah 3.
I'll go Jeremiah.
Yeah. Get Jeremiah. Yeah, I'll do that after. So everything is backwards now, you know, like the women, like it's all equal rights now, do you see what I'm saying? But really, the man is the head of the house, you know, you can't have a woman head of the house. But this is what was going into with the curses, the fact that now we're brought up in single parent households. You know what I mean? Like a woman raising a family. Like really, the man's supposed to be there.
The other day about male children, maybe women as well, but more the male children. They're more predominantly ending up to go in jail if they're brought up with a single parent household with the woman involved. If it's a single parent household and the man's involved, then the child might not end up. It's statistics, isn't it? We're just going by statistics. But under a woman, the men always end up getting killed or in jail.
And that's another thing. It said the man will leave his children. So that's a lot happening. I don't want to. But did you grow up with your father? That's good, man. Did you? Yeah, you know.
He wasn't around.
Yeah,
But
you know.
he's dead.
You need to be in one household, though. Do you know what I mean? That's how it needs to be. Do you know what I mean? So God,
That's good, man. Look, little daddies are not in the household. We've got to admit that. The streets grow us up.
Right.
The streets raise us. That's how it is for the Israelites. Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
That's a new thing. Back in the day, like when our forefathers, there wasn't no woman like dealing, like who was running things. Do you know what I mean? Like talking about it's a woman's world and all that. This is all new. Do you know what I mean? And it's causing our men to go off and start acting effeminate and that. Do you see what I mean?
Rebecca could never tell Isaac, get out the house. Or Sarah told Abraham, go away. Just give me my child and go.
There's order in this. Get that. 1 Corinthians 11.
Go on, read that one. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, women rule over them, women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, rules thee to earth, and destroy the ways of thy path.
So it's saying, yeah, our people, women all over us. And it's true because I see a lot of our people, like, they'll go out of their way for women. You know what I mean? They'll do all the maddest things. They'll get all the good garments, they get all the chains, just to go to the club and get gal. You know what I'm saying? That's our people. You know, but we're meant to have, there's order to this. Look, there's order.
1 Peter 3 and 5. For after this manner of old time, the holy women also who trusted in God adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, calling him Master, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement.
So basically, there's order to this. Our foremothers wasn't going against what our forefathers said. You know, we were all on one accord. You know what I mean? Yeah. So get to Exodus 28. Go on. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, because the reason why that is because now today our women these days they're boasting about their body count. That's a big thing to them. What's your body count? They say, they say more than the men. What's your body count? Like, yeah, I've had it. That's a loose woman.
It's the men and the men are advocating for it. Like Dexter, she can have 10 man, I'll be the 11th man, and all of that madness, man.
Like them things there for our people, we shouldn't be rolling like that. But in your society, it's like you wouldn't want your woman to be running up with how many other men, but you wouldn't want your man to be all effeminate.
So she's got a gal, she's got a man, I got a gal too.
Yeah.
She's got a man,
that Beyonce thing, to the left, rubbish. And how she'll have a man in a minute, like as soon as he leaves. That's wrong, man.
She don't cook, she don't
and
clean.
our people listen to this. We're the biggest ones that listen to this music. Like the brother said, us killing each other, you know, that drill music. What do you, bro? Drill music. It is terrible. It's terrible. No, it's madness. It's the sort of music that will make you want to kill your brother. You know what I mean? Literally murder, something. And that's what it's all about. Drill music is to drill. What does drill mean? It means to get down in it, go and roll on the next man's block. It's madness. But look, listen, we don't want to carry you on too long, but we're going to give you some commandments. Because the reason why we're in this position is because we're not keeping the commandments. Yeah, so go on.
And this is to answer your question, so we can't get out of this, we can.
This is Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days thou shalt work and do thy labor and do all thy works. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy power, the Lord thy God. In all thou shalt not, in it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh the Lord made the heaven and earth and the sea and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
So it's said about even like cattle and that. So our forefathers, they had cattle, they had all sorts of, servants, men servants. So that's why it went into all that. But basically, the point of that is, the Sabbath day is holy. We need to keep it holy. What's the seventh day of the week? What's the last day? Sunday. Yeah, see, that's what they teach us. Do you know what I'm saying? Really, it's Saturday. Saturday is the last day of the week. Sunday is the Monday. Sunday is the first day.
If you look at old calendars, they'll show you. Say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Starts at Sunday. Old calendar starts on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
And you see, this is where they've made us go wrong, because if we think Sunday's the seventh day, we're going to be all holy on the Sunday, innit? But that's not right.
Turn up on a Saturday, go church on a Sunday.
Yeah, no, it's Saturday, but not just that. They say that the new day starts at midnight. Yeah, midnight. That's the middle of the night. Really, the next day is at sundown. So as soon as the sun goes down, it's a new day. Do you understand? So really, it's not just Saturday. It's Friday evening after the sun goes down to Saturday evening. That's the Sabbath.
So what was the clocks back in the day? It was called a sundown. You understand? And if the sun wasn't out, how would you tell the time? You would have to wait for the sun to come back up. So from sundown to sundown is a day. You understand?
And just one quick point. We need to keep it holy. We shouldn't be buying, selling. We shouldn't be carrying no burden. We should be at home. Yeah, we should be at home reading our scripture, or if brothers coming to hear the word. You know what I mean? Because Moses did that every Sabbath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear up the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time, times, and dividing of time.
So basically, whoever's running this society, the so-called white man, he's changed things. He's made it so that we think Sunday is the last day of the week. And he changed times as well. Like the other day, the clocks went forward. What's all that about? Do you see what I mean?
Laws are changed that they say. The laws are changed that you can teach ABCs to the children. And the women are allowed to wear men's clothes, and men can wear women's clothes, like Skepta and man there. You know what I mean? Man can like, not young folks and that. Man can't just wear anyone that, what's his name, Travis Scott and them man there, ASAP Rocky. Like, man can just wear any clothes they want to wear. That's don't make the Negroes do it. Don't make the Israelites do it. Because they like us to not keep the laws. Yeah, that's what keeps them up high. If we don't keep the laws.
And we're the ones listening to this stuff that makes us go that.
Come on, this is Isaiah chapter 58 and 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thine own pleasure on the holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of Yahweh, the holy of Yahweh, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of Yahweh hath spoken.
And that's what we went into at the beginning. We lost our heritage, and you were saying that we can't get it back, but it's just showing you now, if you keep the Sabbath day, then you will ride upon high places. He will give you your heritage back, and you know what I mean, you can start prospering. Do you know what I mean? So no burdens on the Sabbath. You can't buy on the Sabbath. Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, you need to keep it holy. Yeah.
We got woolly hair.
That's right. You don't need that.
If we're made in the image of God, and God's got woolly hair, then why are we gonna not want to be like how God is? We're trying to dumb ourselves down to, we're basically slapping God in the face by saying, we're not good enough for you. So I want to make myself like how they look.
You don't need to do that, yeah? Your own hair is beautiful. You know, you as well, you keep your beard, innit? You don't shave your beard. That's a commandment. That's a commandment. So you're actually keeping a commandment without knowing it. Yeah, you're not meant to shave your beard. You're not meant to like line it up. You can trim it down.
Don't let a
but
woman.
line
Don't
it
let a
up.
woman tell you, oh, you look cute.
Yeah,
If you take
looking
it
all
off,
like
yeah.
grizzly and that. But look, couple more.
What I would say. But also with the hair thing for the sisters, that's the hindrance because of the hindrance. It's a hindrance for the sisters because of these other nations want to look like you. They want the big batty and the big breast and everything. They want to look like you. But you, why do you want to look like them if they're trying to be you? Be yourself and be natural for our sisters. And the men should be like, they shouldn't even be looking at our sisters just because you've got a big. You should be like, nah, like, it's, for us, it's a lust of the eyes to see a woman that's wearing trousers. And we see her whole body. That's nakedness.
Go on.
But yeah, let me do.
What's this? Yeah, a Leviticus.
The nation that wears fringes, the Israelites.
This is the book of Leviticus.
This is even down to like we're going to go into the dress code as well, but there's a dietary code as well, what we can eat. You know, this is how deep it is. Go on, 11 and 7.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7.
Yeah.
And the swine.
What's swine? Pig. Go on.
And the swine, though it divided the hoof and be close-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Yeah, so basically, a pig has the same attributes as a clean animal, but it doesn't digest its food, so it's unclean. We're not meant to eat it. It actually says itself that we're not meant to eat pork. So sausage, bacon, none of that. We're not meant to eat.
Where are you reading from?
Leviticus.
We're reading from Leviticus
Chapter what?
11 and 7. Yeah?
So what did they say? Which gospel are you? The Bible.
Yes, King James version.
The law.
Okay, King James.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So look, let's carry on. So
So I can hear.
Yes,
They
yes.
are carrying me along.
yes, perfect. So no pork. Yeah. Go on, carry on.
Verse 8. Of the flesh shall ye not eat,
Yeah.
and the carcass shall ye not touch.
Yeah.
They shall be unclean unto you.
Listen, say that again.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat,
Yeah.
or the carcass ye shall not touch. They are unclean unto you.
So we're not meant to touch them, and we're not meant to anything to do with the pork. That's pork. Yeah. Now carry on.
Verse 9, Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 9.
Yeah.
These things shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
This is everything we can eat that comes from the water. Go on.
Whatsoever have fins and scales in the water, in the sea, and
So what has fins and scales? And that's it. Does that have fins and scales? Does lobster have fins and scales? Yeah, so all these seafood things are abominable to us. We're not meant to eat them. You understand? It's literally just fish with fins and scales. There's some fish that have one and not the other. They need both, like catfish. Yeah? We're not allowed to eat that. See what I'm saying? Yeah, like goldfish, shark. We're only fins and scales. You see what I'm saying? Now get me numbers now.
So like
15 and
rams, snap,
38.
Okay, so what did the Old New Testament tell us?
One at a time. Let me just get this and you can ask the question. Yeah, because if you have any questions, just answer.
Stop us, please, yeah.
Yeah, because we're just giving you commandments why if we keep them, then we will come out of this captivity. You see what I'm saying?
This is Numbers chapter 15 and verse 30. Or shall I start at 32 to talk about the Sabbath?
Just start.
Numbers 15 and 37. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garments throughout their generation.
So basically, Moses was told to tell the Israelites to put fringes on the borders of their garment. These are fringes, like tassels, locks. Yeah, we're meant to put them on the borders of our garment. Yeah,
There's extras too.
yeah.
Throughout their generation.
Throughout their generation. So meaning we're still having children today. We're still meant to be doing this. Yeah.
And that they put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue.
So look, they're meant to put a ribbon of blue on it as well. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, and look, the violet, we've got the violet because if you go into the actual etymology of the word blue, yeah, it's violet blue.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
You see what I'm saying? So violet or blue, but mainly blue. Yeah? Go on.
And it says, and it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye shall look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
And what?
And you shall remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
And what?
And do them.
Yeah.
And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, which after which ye used to go a whoring.
So basically, these are meant to be a reminder to keep the commandments. Yeah, to be holy. Like, you know, like if you know, all sorts like lusting is wrong. You know, we might lust over like money or something. If you look at this, it's meant to remind you, no, we're not meant to do that. We're meant to, yeah, especially on the Sabbath. You know, Sabbath is.
No, the fringes. The Sabbath's coming up. Oh yeah, look at it. You might look at it and be like, oh, my brother, I needed to phone him. Any little thing, man. You see, your child might be doing something wrong, and you might say, look down, and you're like, oh no, look, let me show you this to you, because this is you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be like, you know what I mean? Let me just let me get this. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Alright, or I'll start Deuteronomy 7 and 3. It says, neither shalt thou make marriages with them, thy daughter shalt thou not give unto their sons, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy sons.
So basically, this is a commandment saying that we're not meant to mix with other nations. So you're not meant to be mixing with a so-called white woman or Indian or Chinese. This is what this is saying, you know, because this was only the law was only given to Israel.
Alright, and it says Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So holy means separate. Like you're separate people to everyone else. They can eat pork, we can't. They can eat lobster, shrimp, we can't. We're not allowed, because this is the law for us. That's why this stuff happened to us. He put us. The Most High does all things, don't he? Yeah. He will use a man or a nation to do that to us. They didn't do it. They don't believe in God. So how can they do it? The Most High controls all things.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
So he's chosen you both. He's chosen us. Yeah. Go on.
To be a special. Wait, let me do that again. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
Yes. Go on.
above all people that are above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So basically, the Most High said there that we're above all people, and that's not us being proud. That's the Most High said it. But how? But the thing is, we won't be. Wait, hold on, one second. Listen, we are above all people, yeah. Not because we said it, but the Most High said it. But we're not above all people when we're on slave ships, when we're killing our brother, when we're sleeping with other nations, and we're not looking after our children. We're not. Do you understand? That's why we're in these conditions. So there is ways to, and we got one for you as well, sister. Yeah. Let me just quickly get this.
So what's the difference between
Listen, let him get this.
Let me.
No, you have to carry on. What's the difference between you and him? But you said you can't, he can.
No, I didn't say him. I didn't say him. I said they. The other nations, they can eat that stuff. We're not allowed to. Do you understand? We're not. Israelites. That's right. And another thing, you take the seed of your father. Yeah, because Africa, a lot of parts of Africa, and even the Jewish, they come with that you take your mother's side. You are your mother, but that's not what it is. It's a seed thing. If you plant a seed, an apple seed in China, it's going to give you an apple, isn't it? Do you understand? And we hold the seed. A man holds the seed.
Jesus is a Jew, right?
Yes.
Jesus is a Jew. So what did he do to help everybody?
He came and he gave his blood.
To save the world.
No. Get me the Matthew
Hold on,
1
look,
to...
yeah, look.
One at a time. We're going to ask you a question,
Yeah.
but we're just going to give the sister and you a commandment.
No. You see, because it's
Shush,
sometimes
now.
it's
Listen,
not shush because
are
of
you,
you
are you right or the Bible? Wait, one second.
Understanding the gospel, the interpretation of the gospel makes a huge difference.
I get that, but this is the thing. We're reading it. We're not actually interpreting nothing. You're listening and you can understand that we're just reading it. We're not actually interpreting. Have I said anything different to what this is saying? I'm just making it a bit more plain for you to understand.
The
Like,
interpretation, your interpretation.
no, it's not my interpretation. We're going to get to that. 1 minute, yeah?
It's good for people to
Listen,
read Bible for
this is
themselves.
Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, well, that's what happens. You know, like when the word's going out, yeah, Satan tries to come and take away the word. I'm not saying she's Satan, but the spirit, like,
Satan jumps on.
yeah, do you know what I mean? But let's go back to this. Look, Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Go on.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman should not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Yeah, so the woman can't wear what pertains to a man, yeah?
Neither can a man put on a woman's garment.
So what's a woman's garment that a man can't put on? A dress. Simple. So what's a garment that a man wears that a woman shouldn't put on? Nah. It's in boxers. Well, it's a garment. Yeah, a dress is a garment. Do you get me? Boxers would be an undergarment. Yeah, jeans, trousers. So women shouldn't be wearing jeans, trousers. They should be wearing a dress.
And if they wore them, let's be real, right? Let's say it's cold or something, right? It could be that could be the undergarment, but they'll have to wear something modest where they'll cover up. Understand? Because when you go to the toilet, the image for a woman is a dress. Now she ain't wearing that, but she's walking into that toilet because she knows, pictorically, she knows that's what she needs to be wearing. That's why she walks into that woman's toilet with the woman with the dress.
Serious, and just that is another reason why we would be kept low and lower than everyone else, and the Most High won't have mercy on us. It's just for wearing trousers. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, it means a lot. These are commandments that the Most High gave to us, you know?
Another thing, right? I noticed women might feel weaker if they wear a dress. I think they feel more masculine. It puts a spirit on them, you understand? Like they feel strong now. I'm wearing like a man, like you can't bully me, I'm mannish. You understand? But if they wore a dress now, what would you see a woman as? Okay, she needs to be looked after. She needs to be protected. I need to look after her because she's being who she's meant to be. Feminine.
One sec. Hold it. Our foremothers, when they were picking cotton in the fields, they were wearing dresses. None of them were wearing trousers. Trousers is a new thing. Just like that precept says that a new thing is in the earth. The woman shall compass a man. Yeah. That's a new thing, trousers for women. You know what I mean?
It started coming in the 40s, 50s. Started getting a bit more predominant still.
Yeah, just for my shade of food. Yeah, it's like, what was I gonna say? It's like, for example, I really love my shade of food.
It's alright. But
Even in the old war films, women were wearing dresses in war. Understand? That's crazy.
right, man, and that's just a righteous. Get that quickly.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like the saying when they say what the brother was going on, that the women when they put on trousers they get that man, yeah. It's like I wear the trousers in my relationship.
Yeah, you seeing that?
You get like a man don't need to say that. But a woman will say, I wear the trousers in my relationship.
That's a proverb.
Like,
that's a proverb as well. That's a proverb. Like, I wear the trousers. Do you get what I'm saying?
Or you get someone come up to you like, a man will say, come up to you and look at you, be like, if your woman's wilding out, who wears the trousers in your relationship, bro?
Facts.
Like, who's wearing the trousers right now? And then the woman quick to say, I am.
It's my yard. I got this thing. I paid it.
But with women, like what brothers are saying, with women, when you wear a dress, it gives you such a sobriety and a wholesomeness that when men look at you in a dress, a man will treat you so much different because he ain't gonna look at you like, oh yeah, I just want to fit. He want to get to know you and like, they'll approach you in a different manner,
Different vibration.
They'll come. And if you got a man, it doesn't mean you to be rude to be like, I don't want to talk to him. You're not talking to him because look, I'm already married. I've got a husband. I'm not chatting to him.
Can I just say something? Yo, bro, we've got wives, you know. We've got women. You think we want men coming up seeing our women are beautiful, bro? Our women are Israelites, man. The Israelite women, the daughters of Zion, are the most beautiful women in the world. Right? So we think we want these dirty, stinking vultures eyeing up our gal things, bro, and their beautiful shapes, bro. No? So our women, what they do to respect us, right? Not just us, themselves, the Most High, right? There's an order, right? That they will follow these commandments because we know the Most High is jealous, bro. He's a jealous God, bro. We're jealous men. We don't want you to go out there and show up your thing, and now we've got to be like, oh, you're going out looking like that. You know what I mean? Are you sure? Because I'm going to go and fight now. I'm like, what are you looking at, bro? That's my things, blood. You know what I mean? That's how we're going to be, and you know it. You both know it, right? We're going to be like in the dance hall, man. Someone can step on your crepes, but let him feed up your woman, man. It's going to burn, man.
Or brush past her slightly.
It's going to burn, like, oh, man, it's trying to slide up. Oh, come on, bro. That's why, because, where is it? Turn it over. Bring it up here. Right? There's a dress, and there's a dress. This is a dress. You understand? But this is the dress. Do you get it? Modest apparel. That's the modest apparel, but this is whorish apparel because it's doing what? It's the dress, but it's showing off. It's showing off the things. That's my things.
Like I said, it's like naked.
And that's all I wanted to bring up.
Get 1 Timothy 2:9, and then get this one first. All right, couple more.
Thank you for your time.
We've got the flyers,
I'm very patient. This is you're both together, right?
I got one already.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Modest. You know that the word modest means shamed, like it means like humble, you know, like and decent, you know. That's not modest. Yeah, you see what I mean? So not something that's gonna show your figure.
Yeah, and louder blonde in that. I mean, it's blonde. It's not a good thing. Blonde means bimbo. Damn, innit? You don't want to be known
From bimbo.
1 Timothy 2 and 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair or golds or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works.
Basically, just humble. You know, you don't need to wear all this loud stuff, braid hair and all that. Like just covering your hair. That's an honest thing. That's what I'm saying. So get this one. This is another thing as well.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 22. Exodus chapter 22 and verse 16. If a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
So basically, if a man entice a maid just means like a woman of marriageable age. You see what I mean? So if a man entice a maid and he lie with her, he surely shall endow her to be his wife. So basically, if you lay down with a woman, that is your wife.
That's your wife.
Do you see what I'm saying?
That's your husband.
So he was going into it about, you know, body counts and all that. Literally, if a man lay with a woman, that's his wife. That's what the scripture says. You know?
This is Romans chapter 7 and verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how the law have dominion over a man, or Israelites, as long as he liveth. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law unto her husband as long as he is alive. But if he is dead, she is loose from the law of her husband.
So believe there's a law for the women as well. So the women, when a man lays down with a woman, she's bound to him until he dies. That's her husband until he dies. You see what I mean?
And this is where you see where Christianity tries to worm their way in and give you this, put a ring on the finger to death to a part. This is where the so-called white man puts his twist on it and makes it seem like this is their book, but it's not their book.
Marriage is when you, let me get that. Because in Genesis, this is what marriage literally means. Genesis chapter 24, and I'll start at 65. Genesis 24 and 64. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel, and for she had said unto the servant, What is this that walketh? What man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant said, It is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. So how women cover their heads and that.
So she saw Isaac covered up, humbled herself.
And that's good. That's good how you have your head covered already. That's good. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. So the servant said, "Yo, I went and got your future wife. She's over here. She's waiting for you, right?" And Isaac brought her into Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death.
Yeah, so when he lied down with her, that became his wife. And that's in Genesis. That's before the actual laws were given to her. Obviously, they kept the law. Abraham had the law, but
there's no ceremony with the bouquet, and Rebecca threw the bouquet behind her. She wants to be the next wife. All of that, jump over the broomstick and step on the glass. All of that thing is folks tale, man. It's witchcraft, really, man. It's not in the Bible. When a man gets a woman that he likes, she likes him, they have agreements. They say, "Yo, let's make this happen." You know what I mean? That's why you go, you court your wife, you court your girl. When it's courting, like you go on dates, you try each other out, you see if you got the same vibes before you just jooky and then they say, "Let me just leave you on the side because now I realize you're not my type." You really stay in that relationship and to the end now. That's youth till death do you part.
And the thing is, even in the old days, like, because if you were tribes and you lived amongst each other, the father of the woman and the father of the man will agree with each other and arrange marriage. So that's where, all these heathens, they, like, the Islam, the Arabs and that, they have arranged marriage. That was us. We used to do that. So like, if he had a daughter and I had a son, from early, we would agree that they would marry and keep it in the tribe. You see what I'm saying?
Have you seen The Lion King?
Yeah.
With Nala and Simba. They didn't even know, but they were patrolled from when they were young.
That's why in that verse just then it says, if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed. So you can't be, if you're betrothed to him, another man shouldn't be trying nothing. You get what I'm saying? Because you're promised together. You get it? You see what I'm saying? That's what betrothed means.
Yeah, so you're old enough still. This is Genesis chapter 2 and verse 21. And the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in the stead thereof, and the rib which the Lord God had taken on from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now my bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And yes.
So basically, when a man and a woman come together, you're one. Should be on one accord. and the man should be dealing with it. Like the man should be the head of the house, you know, then the woman, then the children. So the man teaches the woman and the woman teaches the children. That's order. You get what I'm saying? Otherwise it's all out of order.
Too many men on the women is spirits.
Yeah, because I was about to go into that because when a man lies with a woman, the woman receives that man's energy because a man is external, so he can only give out. A woman is internal, so she takes in. That's why women are very emotional because they take in that energy where a man will release the energy. So if you're a woman's lying with multiple men, that's why we call it STD. We call it sexually transmitted demons. You're just taking on that man's energy. That's why women are always all over the place because of the estrogen in their body can't handle the semen that's in there. You hold that in your womb. You don't release out of your body. It stays inside a woman. But a man can keep producing. A woman can't do that.
It's not no women can have side.
Then a woman can have a couple side man and them thing there. A little Jimmy Screechy, them thing they can't go on. Understand? No, I'm serious. And what it is, right, like you said, having that is like a war. You understand? Remember when a woman is a virgin, she bleeds, right? And her first virginity, she pops her cherry, right? That's like going, a man's got a sword and he's stabbing her. She's screaming, ah, ah. Like you're going to war, you're conquering her. You now defeat, like she's saying, you're mine now. A one that man wins the war over the woman. It's like a war act every time you're in the bedroom. You understand? So these things is why you say, you're mine. You understand? That's what I mean.
So let me just get this out.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, grow with them according to knowledge.
So the husbands are meant to dwell with the wives according to knowledge. And the knowledge is keeping the commandments. So everything that thus saith the Lord. Yeah? That's how we're meant to deal with our women. Go on.
Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel.
So we give honor unto the wife because she's the weaker vessel. You see what I'm saying? Like the brother said, she has a flower, you know, and she can get emotional, and she's the weaker vessel. She was taken from man. You get what I'm saying? But we still have to deal with her according to knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Go on.
And as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
So you're still one, even though she's still the weaker vessel, and she might go through, you know, emotions and that. You still have to deal with her as your body, innit? You're not gonna hurt yourself, are you? Because you know what I mean. But she's your body. She's one. You become one. You get me?
So yeah. Another thing I was gonna say, a woman, like you said on the flower, women have their menstrual period, right? Men can't be around a woman when they're on that bloods. They have to be away from them for 7 days. Women can't go get coils or go get the pills and all them things. You know what I mean? That's not righteous. You know what I mean? For a woman to stop that bloods, because what it does, all of the bloods, it gathers up and it puts spirits on the women. So now, because they're meant to have that natural cycle, it's of God. If they try to hinder what God does and put a plug there, it's going to release more demons in the woman. You understand? So just wanted to let that be known, right? 7 days, if she's on her period, 7 days stay away from her and then come back to her. So this is all the laws of for the so-called blacks, not for the so-called white people. They can do anything they want to do, but we have to do that. That's why they're laughing at what we do.
Because we only come up to hear that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Everything that the Most High put is righteous. There's nothing perverse or froward in what he put down. And basically what the brother's trying to say is a woman is unclean at that time. Even when she gives birth, she's unclean. You see what I'm saying? Because that it's a bit technical, but this is the Most High. So basically when the man gives the seed to the woman, she becomes pregnant and she doesn't bleed until after she's given birth. So she's clean that whole time. So that's why every month she's unclean, because she needs the seed for her to be clean. It's so spiritual, right? That's why she would laugh and take, like she's the type to bring up the police and be like, oh look, these lot are what they call it, feminists, sexist or something. But the thing is, yeah, but this is what the Most High said. This is not what we're saying. You get me? And this is why we're in the condition, because we're not following these things. You understand?
So just saying, and it wouldn't be that, it's not that far-fetched as well, because even women, they know when they're on their period, they feel unclean, they feel that they shouldn't be, you know what I mean, too mixing up and sexing and all them things when they're on that line, you know what I mean, they know.
And they won't want to like do physical activities,
Yeah, they want to
and go
just
out.
rest, they want to
just
sit
wanna
down
chill,
and
innit?
relax.
That's it's spiritual.
And that's what women should be fighting for when it comes to the feminist movement. They should be fighting for how they should have a rest when they're on their period. That's what they should, not trying to fight to wear the trousers and wear the boxers and that, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me just, that's I know you need to go, I just want to bring in this last one, right? This is Ecclesiastes, the meaning of life, right? If anyone wants to know what's the whole meaning, the Israelites know what the meaning of life is. Right? They know that they're not Jamaican. They know they're not West Indian or Caribbean. Right? They know they're not West African. They know that that's the meaning of life. And the Israelites, this is what they need to do. Right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 12. And further, by these, my sons, be admonished of making many books, there is no end. For, and much study is weariness of the flesh. So we don't need the Quran, we don't need all these other books. We don't need the Egyptology, we just need this one book, right? Not many different religions all in one madness, right? Just the one Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Israelites, God of Yahweh. There's only one book we need. Verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole
So the conclusion meaning, after all this we just spoke about, from the moment it came up, the conclusion meaning the overall outcome is.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. And keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
Right, so the whole duty of man and woman and children is to keep the laws, statutes and commandments. Literally. You know, so what's your nationality? That's it. You're an Israelite. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Come on, man. When you get home,
What's your nationality?
say it loud and proud, man. Get your dishes of Esther. Get his dishes of
Say it
Esther.
loud and proud. What's your nationality?
Alright, alright, you say, you understand that you're Israel, right? Yeah, oh, no, quickly. Yeah, just get me, Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Yeah. Just quickly, yeah?
We just read it, bro.
Oh, you just read it? Oh, come.
He's read it.
12 and 13 is just the same thing.
Conclusion of the whole matter.
It's the same
Fear
thing.
God and keep his
Yeah,
commandments.
that's it.
Keep the
But
commandments.
I just want to get you this one though, because you said it, and you said it, but you said it softly.
I don't really want to like. I'm not really close to God, like you know what I mean.
But
like,
this will bring you closer. You understand?
I feel like it's just hard. Like I feel like because my mum's Christian and she takes me to church and stuff like that. Even when I go to church and I sit down, I just feel like I'm just not learning anything like that.
I know, because you know why? The Most High is not in the church. The Most High is where two or three are gathered in His name. Because they're going to tell you Jesus Christ and God. Their titles, like Jesus Christ is a name that they given. It's Greek. Yeah, His real name is Yahweh Shai. They're not going to teach you that in church. Do you understand? So you have that spirit, and you're like, yeah, you don't want to go to church because they're not teaching you the truth. That's why. That is why. That's why you're.
Yahweh is God.
Father.
Yahweh is
The Son. Yes. See, so that's why you have that spirit, because you go to church and you expect, because it's church and the Bible, that they're righteous, but really they're not going to tell you can't eat pork. They're not going to tell you to keep the Sabbath day, which are commandments of the Most High. Do you understand?
And you know what? It's beautiful that you said that because it manifests earlier with the elder woman that was here. She's coming from a church Christian doctrine. So that's why she was trying to back up with you because that's all they know. Use a new bottle, use a new wine, new bottle. So your mind span is ready to learn. But when you hear church Christianity, it makes you bug out because they're not teaching you that way. We've only come from the word.
And this is not Christianity.
No.
This is a nationality. Remember, we started with the heritage. It's our heritage, but it's not for everybody. You see what I mean? Get that? And this is the Esther. One more now. One more, and I'll let you go. You lot have been mighty. But listen, when you go home, read it.
Study.
We're not telling you. We're just reading the Bible. You know, like I said, the pastor.
But there's a lot of like new made up Bibles, so you don't really know where to get
King
from.
James. King James is what they all derive from. Look there. Obviously, wait one second. There was Bibles before the King James, like the Geneva Bible, and there's a few others. But King James, he authorized the translation from the Hebrew and Greek into English because we didn't speak English. You see what I mean?
And that whole story about that is in the prefix. So you can read about the whole time why they had other Bibles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why they had like only 5,000 copies
Yeah.
for only certain households.
Yes,
And
exactly.
they said we've got to change that. So then they went to Cambridge. If you never knew that the first ever paved road in London, in England, was that Cambridge Road. That would go from London to Cambridge. That was the first paved slab road ever because they used to walk around with grass and hills and meadows everywhere. So that road was a road that they brought the Bibles from Cambridge to London. That's the first university in England. So that's what they'll do. King James, this was given to us because we didn't have Bibles for everyone. There was only certain pastors that would get the frankincense and go, and then start saying that they're holier and go to church, pay tithing. But now we got our own Bibles. You see what that sister said that was up here? Oh, we should have our own Bibles and read it for ourselves. She's not lying. We should. Everyone should have their own Bible, right? But still, there's going to be understandings in here that people might not. You get me? Might not go through. That's all.
So, yeah, basically, yeah. So King James Bible, a King James Bible. If you like the brother showed as well, the 1611 one.
Have you got a phone? So download this right now.
This is a 1611 edition. So if you was to buy a normal Bible, you wouldn't have these extra ones.
Yeah, 100%. Why I'm saying that is because what the Bibles we
This is the
have.
Bible that I have.
No. Go to the app store. The Bibles that we have, right? Are called the Apocrypha.
Can I ask
Missing
questions?
books are inside our Bible. So put KJV8. Right? See this part Apocrypha? Right?
Is it this one?
Yes, that's the one. Get that one. Because look, it's got additional books in there, which mean, and the Apocrypha means hidden or secret.
So they took that out. They took these out. So if you buy a normal Bible, you won't get the Apocrypha. So if you get a 1611, you'll get the Apocrypha. The thing is, some of the words have different, like, it's Old English. B would be U, S would be F, but you'll get to know it. But if not,
In the app.
if not,
Are you Alan?
In the app, you'll be English.
So you read your Bible, yeah?
that's it. To start, that's it. That's what you
Hey,
want.
bro, that's
Are you
what
giving
we
him
love.
that?
Yeah, for both of you.
We don't live together.
But you got,
Listen, sorry, yeah. But you want a Bible, bro. You want to get yourself a KJV Bible, and that's it. Start reading, bro.
actually right.
Literally.
Share it now.
Yes.
What do you do? Use that app. You got the app. You know what I mean?
Alright, go on. This is the last one now, yeah? Last one. Yeah, no, literally, last one. This got it, yeah?
Yeah, this is the edition of Esther chapter 10. So like it. Chapter 10 and verse 9. And my nation is this Israel.
And what?
And my nation is this Israel.
And my what?
And my nation is this Israel.
So who are you? You're an Israelite. That's right, man. That's it on that one, man. That's it on that one. So yeah,
I'm not
like,
even from
literally.
Jamaica.
Where are you from then? Yeah, see, same thing.
There you go. Don't go around the corner and start saying Congolese. You will Wakanda forever.
The West Coast.
Don't do that.
Listen, you lot are special, man. You're young, you know what I mean? You need to get into this, man. Seriously, because you have children. You don't want them to be like these ones on the roads, man.
You don't want to be worrying about your children going
Yeah,
and that testimony for me. I have a nephew that got poked up yesterday because he wants to be a roadman, but he should have kept his ass in the house. You don't want your children going out like that. You don't want to be sitting there thinking, fuck, where's my son gone? Like it for my language. You don't want to be thinking about that. And you two coming up here together, it's beautiful. But now you both can start the journey together to be like, we want our children to come up in the Lord's statutes and commandments. If you go out there, those that can't hear must walk. Exactly. And you don't want them to go on through. You don't want them to fit the curse. You want to break the curses through your children.
And the thing is, you see how we went into curses in Deuteronomy 28. In the beginning, there's blessings. That's what, you know what I mean? There's actually blessings. If we keep the commandments, we'll be blessed. We'll be better. The Most High will look after us. You know? So that's it, man, on that one. Seriously.
Thank you, guys.
Young king, young princess, yeah? You're not, there's no queens in Israel, yeah? It's just princess. Yeah? Alright? That's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Beautiful, man. So yeah, you know, what can I say, man? It's beautiful hearing this.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so yeah, no, that's me on that one, man. So I'm gonna pass it over to the next house people.